Hey love bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, as always, thank you so much for the love and support, the donations, just the energetic energies that you send towards my way is all truly appreciated. And especially if you resonate, go ahead and give a thumbs up and share and like and subscribe, and let me know if you resonate with the video or not, and where you're from. And anybody who's bringing in some nefarious vibes, I don't have time for y'all karmic folks and low vibrational people, so I'm just sending you blessings of healing, ultimate healing, and whatever you wish my way will become your reality. And the video I'm doing today is called For That Epic Win. For that epic win, you know, we have to be able to lose hard sometimes, you know. These different things that's coming in. Oh, I said Twin Flame 101, Heyokas, you know, hey, for that expected win, for that ultimate win that you're looking for. You know, a lot of us have been going through whirlwinds of changes. You know, you're leveling up like back to back in so many ways. And a lot of times when you're going through hell and high water, you have losses, you have passings, you have, I mean, just so many different things that can make you feel stuck and stagnant. And it's just like I said the other day when I made my video, it's like you probably have that light bulb moment. You've been in hermit mode. You've been placing yourself in solitude, or you're being guided to solitude. So you can take that inner, that break, to have that energetic shift that is taking place, you know, will allowing you to be grounded, to integrate towards that. Today's the 999 portal. Well, I said the 999 portal. That, I guess that was meant for me to say that. Where you're seeing different old habits, toxic attachments, entanglements, energetic cords that are just like it had to go through that experience that we had to be placed in for us to be able to learn, grow, heal, forgive, let go, just change the way we think, the way we speak about ourselves, speak about other people. Just being grateful for every moment in your life, you know, every day, you know, you get a chance to either be a better person, learn something best about yourself, standing in your purpose, standing in your power. And there are so many different things that I've been watching lately that truly resonates with me. You know, I was watching, I think this is what is her name, Carmen, I think it's Tunes. She had a YouTube channel with her husband, Corey. So it was like Corey and I think it was like Corey and Carmen or something like that. And I was watching a video last night. Man, when I tell you I was putting this mess on repeat, because I don't keep up with the YouTuber, you know, couples channels and stuff like that like I used to. And she was going through so many different changes, and it was just like I was watching Armand. She was talking about the same thing, and I was like, what is going on? There's so many people that are going through, you know, they went through toxic relationships, whether it was with their baby mom or their baby dad, or, you know, their husband or their wife, their family, you know, the corporations they may work for, you know, all these different things. And it's just like, wow, you know, there's so many people going through that. It's just like you're seeing a lot of things that's taking place to really get to know you. You know, like I said before, this is not about you turning into somebody new. This is you be able to be reintroduced to the person that you were placed on, you know, on this path to be. You know, it's not becoming something new, it's becoming what is true to you. And I know she had this song, it was called You Make Diddy Look Like an Angel, and it's like, anybody want to look up, it's All About Carmen. Okay, in the video you'll see a whole bunch of letters. I think she did this video probably about a month ago, and it was like, I guess she's like the songwriter, and she had some people she knew that sung the song for her. And when you talk about, I was crying. and she was saying, she was telling Carmen, you've been through so much, and it was just like, it was a girls thing that night. It was like ladies' night, and they were all sipping champagne and stuff like that, talking about different things that they've been through in life. And you in that purpose of your life where you got blessings, and there's so many different things that take place in your life where God will bring people in your life to show you what you can do. You never know what you can do. You see so many different tragic things that goes on in this world, and it will, you see stuff like that. And sometimes it's just with the things that we hear about what individuals do on this earth, and you be like, what's going on with the government and what's going on with the economy. I don't really get into the government stuff. I just really don't. But it's just like so many different things was taking place where, you were like, I can't get over this, so many different times. I mean, you've been betrayed in so many different ways. I mean, going through different things where you figure out your whole life has been a lie to you. Sometimes, like I said, there's some people that will be born in this world where you got supportive family. Everybody can win. They believe in you. They encourage you, and they enlighten you, and they send you towards this thing where you really don't have a rough end of a stick in life. Where there's people that are like that don't have to go through that. And if you're watching this video, hey, you probably one of me. You had to go through the rough ends of the stick. You had to go through naive situations. Maybe people thought you were gullible. Hell, people thought you were probably a freaking idiot. Be that one where people use your kindness for weakness. You had to go through deceptions. You had to go through despairs. But also you had people in your life that really can see that inner shine within you. Your enemies can see it too. They were just on that vibe where we can't allow them to figure out who they are, because if they stand in their power, that's going to be hell to pay. But it's just the situations that you've been placed in, the decisions that you made, different parties may have made, has placed you in a situation where there's sometimes, like I said, there's unfair advantages to be taking place in your life and making you feel like God ain't really for you. It seemed like the enemy is winning left and right, and it'll be those different things where you're reclaiming your power. You find out who you really truly are. You got that round and find out type energy that you just slaying different things is coming off in your life, where stuff is probably not is going as hard as they used to. You may still be in the woods, but you're seeing all the so many beautiful possibilities can take place in your life. Is believing you. You're not worried about, somebody blocking this, somebody trying to block that. You in that situation where you have that whole mindset, or you're getting towards that mindset of just saying anything that you have built off of good intentions, growth, healing, forgiving self. First of all, you got to be able to forgive yourself. You're placing that love inside yourself. If you were going around and just sending that beautiful experience towards so many different people into your life, where it just seemed like, you always had that rough end of the stick, it just seemed like, well, things seem to balance out, but it just depends on how our perception tends to look at it. Our perception as well as our perspective. You can either look at life, we don't see life as it is. We see life as it is for us. We are the world. You can sit up here and see, I may be going through different situations in my life where I'm unsure about where it goes. But I don't know if you heard that thing with my cat, my Irma. She has that little thing, her little bell. It's just like you're going through in life and you don't know where your path is taking you. You may not understand your purpose or what your purpose truly is. But you're on that vibe where things is really hit different. It may seem like the people that love and care for you or the animals that love and care for you are passing away. I just found out some of my feral cats that I had around my house, like 2 of them passed away, like within a week or 2. I didn't know until my ex told me yesterday. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I just now hearing about this? I'm wondering where, I knew which cat stuck out to me and always come and communicate. Well, they always do, especially when they're hungry. But it'll be some of them communicate with me other when they're like, hey, fur mom, human, we need water, we need some food, what's going on, be different stuff like that. So you're seeing the different changes that's going around in the circle of life for you. You're seeing the ups, you're seeing the downs, and these are the new opportunities to prove to yourself about where what your enemy was fearing that you would discover. Or there's people that see the blessing and the potential and the power that you instilled just by the way you keep moving. You know, a lot of times you can look like you just have a black cloud over your head, and not realizing these are the opportunities to make you really stand on yourself, hold into your purpose. We can put so much energy in things that we don't need, or certain material stuff that we will really work hard for, and then you can go through life and it'll be just it's like, tell God your plans and watch them laugh at you. You know, your purpose can twist and turn on yourself. You're going through a whole bunch of emotional roller coasters right now, where you're really learning yourself and you're like, I'm standing in my power. Ain't nothing that is meant for me. Nobody can take away. Nobody can block. You know, I'm being open towards different things. You know, I can't allow myself to fear the enemy. You know, I have to be able to allow myself, anything. No weapon formed against you is going to prosper. Things are happening left and right. You have no clue that's going on behind the scenes. And you walking around like you ain't even really phased, but you just in that vibration, or you're getting there. You know, don't discourage yourself if you're not exactly where I'm saying you're at. But, you're going to come back, and if you watch this video, there's going to be a time where something's going to totally shift. You're going to remember exactly what I said. It's like, yeah, Roz stood up here and told me this was going to happen. Or, I just didn't believe it within myself. Because there can be so many mishaps that's taking place into your life where, things, it just make it seem like, somebody put a curse on me. And a lot of times when it comes to chosen ones, anointed ones, warriors in every form, we're empathic warriors. And you're not going through little boo-boos. You're going through some horrific stuff, dramatic stuff, traumatic stuff. This is where you learn big on yourself. Whatever you are lacking in your life that God says that you need to come in totally atonement with, alignment with, acknowledge, discover. Just keep discovering. Don't get comfortable staying stuck on one new discovery and you got like a million other ones. Every day counts, every minute counts, every millisecond counts on you trying to become that better person within your life, and you just keep pushing. No matter what's going on, and it's just like you're going through these spiritual awakenings where you may hear different songs that's really speaking to you. Like I was saying with this, listening to Arnell, she was talking about her son's father, just really trying to hurt her in so many ways where, he trying to mess with her money. And I'm just like, I'm getting pissed off for her. I'm like, why am I watching this and getting triggered? And I said, girl, take your person, take your experience up out of there, even though it's just like, they're not thinking logically, like, look, we have a child together. Regardless, you may not feel like I should have moved on or whatever. She's like, I don't know if you watch it. I said, trust me, he watching every single video you are putting out just to figure out what you're doing. You done moved out 3 hours away from them. I'm like, girl, go team, go. You may not be out the woods totally about the healing with your son, but sometimes we got to go through different stuff like that, because I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't be doing this. And my girl, shut the hell up, because you done dealt with some little Rudy Poo stuff to where, that would really put shame on you. So don't judge nobody. Everybody's story different. You don't know what people dealing with behind closed doors. There's so many different battles that we face. And when old girl up here and said you made Diddy look like an angel, like whatever experience I had with you, and made his little experience, that all that type of abuse with a heavy A to it just looked like a temper tantrum. And that says a lot. When you say you made Diddy look like an angel, because that man is like, but I ain't gonna go there. Allegedly, and this is educational purposes only, so we ain't going there. But I was just like, wow, it's like sometimes you gotta lose the battle to win the war. You really, really, really do. For you to be able to, how you gonna win if you haven't lost? You find these different things out when you go through your struggles. You go through your constant setback. You go through these blockages. A lot of times we get angry at God, like, I was really passionate about this. How you gonna let such and such and such, block this for me or steal this from me? They can't steal what's divinely yours. This is like that was a blessing. Even though we be ready to pop skulls and split wigs and stuff like that, over some different debauchery that can go on in our lives, that is just like, wait a minute, you did what, and I'm supposed to be okay about it? These are the different things you don't know. You be set in where, things, you feel like the innocence has been lost, and a lot of times it has. You know, you've been having things that's taken away from you, like people didn't ask permission for that. Or there's a lot of times that we've gone through things and it's so normal. We normalize the most hurtful, dark things, and it's sad that we do that in the world, where different things that we find out that was so normal was like so toxic. You know, it's like, wait a minute, I normalized this. Because it was like going through my life, I felt like it just seemed like anybody who really, really loved me or really knew the truth about my life, everybody done passed on. Everybody believed in me. Everybody that knew when I got to this exact moment, if they were still alive, I wouldn't have had to go through this. But then it was like, I wouldn't have met the people that I met through here. You know, I came into a soul family where I had to drop my blood family. I had to drop my adopted family. Shoot, I even had to like distance myself and cut cords with children I brought into this world. Those are the different things where I can sit here and I constantly cry like, I can't believe I had to do something like that, holding guilt trips about myself. And it's just like, when you move in good intentions, good things are always going to happen for you, even when it seemed like it's not. You know, you had to be able to go through those losses. You know, a lot of times where I can actually allow myself to see somebody getting a blessing that I know I worked so hard to be able to get myself, and just sit up here and tear up and just be so happy for them. And I remember back in the day, let me see some mess like that and I'd be ready to cuss God out. Like, why are you rubbing stuff like this in my face? And you know I'm going through this and that, and I've worked on this and this, and I've done this and this and that. And it was just like, even when it's not your time, you got to be able to congratulate people. Even when you know you going through the rut, like God knows what you're really going through. You know, a lot of times, you know, people like, oh, they told me this, we share this, but there's a lot of times there's certain things that we deal with on our own, you know, different things that we shed tears for. You know, there is like every tear you have cried over the mishap and, you know, the disadvantages and the unfair things and the trite stuff. God counts every tear that you cry. Spirit and source counts every tear that you cry. And telling you, and they promise you every day, trust me, you're going to get a blessing after every painful situation you have gone through. Life is going to get better for you. It's going to become so amazing for you. Just because you're going to get everything more than you actually can even fathom about you deserving. Because you went through some stuff that was very undesirable. You know, but you had to be able to go through this. A lot of times we had to be able to go through these intense transitions. And you know, you'll see people, oh, love and light, and I'm just so grateful. You be ready to punch somebody in the daggone face. Like, you be looking at the daggone video, like, look, I'm not trying to hear about all this love and light stuff. I done lost my job. I found out my girl cheating on me, my man cheating on me. They dealing with this, they dealing with that. You know, I'm on the verge of losing my house, and you talking about this love and light and namaste, and namaste mess like that. And it's just like, you know, and it's hard to be able to see that when you're going through so much. You know, you seeing people all perky and happy. You know, life ain't, you know, what people always show you ain't always what it is. You know, you don't know about these people's setbacks. You don't know about their lowest moment in their life. There's a lot of people that have that, and they don't share that. You know, but I say I'm not like anybody else, and don't judge anybody else about how they grow, how they transform, how they transmute. You know, you going through different things is where it's like you done totally stepped out the box. Like, you, instead of you being in misery, now you seeing all the chaos that was going on around you. This mess been going on around you for a long time, but you were so focused on the things that really wasn't like you should have had your focus to it. Like, you know, a lot of times it was supposed to be for that moment, for that season. And, you know, like with me, you know, I held on to a lot of things for a long time. That it became my best friend. This was like an abscess. This was like a tumor. This was just like a, you know, a harbinger. Something like, why would you even want to get comforted by that? Well, that's all you know. And then when you get into that scary moment in your life, yes, it is scary when you walking on that new path, and that's called faith. You know, you don't know what's coming around the corner. You don't know what's going to be bestowed upon you. You know, unbeknownst, you know, all the weird stuff, you're going through different stuff. You're like, wow, if I didn't go through that, you know, it could have been like, you know, you could have been wanting this house, like, this beautiful house. I got enough money for it, all this and that. And it's just like, there's always something like you really wanted to get this was this perfect house. It might have been in a good neighborhood near the, all the, whatever it is in the town and the city. You right next to all of that. The crime is low. They got good schools over here. The property taxes ain't, whatever people be looking for when they buy a house. And there's always something that's taking place, and you get really down and out about this house. Then next to know, you stumble upon one. You could be going somewhere to, go get something to eat. Next you know, you find the perfect house. I mean, it is totally different than what you ever imagined. I mean, the way it's big, the way you're like, oh, this got to be like a million stuff, and the property tax is probably high as I don't know what, and this is probably an environment where it's probably not my pay range, or I don't know if I can afford it. Next thing you know, it was just like, just for you being guided towards this way, you're going to get something to eat. It took your mind off of whatever it is about that house that you wanted, that you just stayed praying for. And it's just like, God ain't hearing me. No, you ain't listening. And God be like, God, you ain't hearing me. You ain't listening. I'm answering you, but you're just not listening. And you had to be able to go through that epic fail for you to be able to have that major glow up that not even you, but the devil didn't even expect you to have. You had to be able to go through that. A lot of times you got to take that constant loss, that constant setback, that constant recheck, recalibrate, integrate, grounding, let me just, allow myself to just move differently this time. Let me try it different this time. Let me move out on faith. Let me just take more risk and stop playing it safe all the time. Let me start letting go of things that I keep praying on and God keep trying to tear it away from me anyway, because He got something so much better down the way. You're going through all these epic transmutations. Anything that's been sent towards you where people are just walking around like, man, you finessing the hell out of people just by focusing on you. Like, wait a minute, they ain't paying attention to the daggone little low-falling punches that I be trying to give them little insults, or me trying to act a fool to try to distract them today. I need my energetic siphon, little stuff like that. And you just like, I'm focusing on me. Whatever I was tripping off of yesterday, it's going to be a distant memory today. Whatever my weak trigger was today is going to be my PowerPoint of power that's heading me towards a heavenly purpose. You going through stuff like that where you are focused on you. And you ain't got time to be focusing on everybody else. You're not invested into all that stuff like you used to be. Now you starting to change where your focus is, your topic, of the moment is, or even the day. Your vibes is constantly changing. You constantly getting clarity where there was clouds and things was foggy and iffy for you. Now you like, even when you don't know what's around that corner, you like, whatever it is, it's going to be meant for me. I know I've been moving in good intentions. I know whatever I've been putting out, this is what I wanted back. I've been going through times in my life that really made me want to give up and really just count out on myself. Really not believe what God has promised me. I was more focused on different things that the devil and my fear and my doubts was just overcoming in my head. Now all of a sudden, you start seeing the things that you were praying about. You're living in those prayers. You may have been that person like, God, I don't want to think about all these painful things that people put me through. They don't care, they don't know what they lost. And it's just like, a lot of times you got to be able to understand. Yeah, people know what they lost. They know exactly what they lost. You ain't got to go make a point and no fussing about something, about how somebody did, especially if it's something that keeps on happening. They know exactly what they're doing. They knew exactly what they were doing, but they felt like you were always going to be there. They felt like you were always going to be there. They never thought they would lose you, and to that point where all that investment where you did on everybody else, and you stop being Mr. and Mrs. Reliable. Always open for everybody. Like anytime, you said sometimes you got to be unavailable for people. Stop being, especially if that person is being that person that is always reliable. You can always count on Jeff. You can always count on Cindy. You can always, count on Roslynn. You can always do that. And now it's just like, nah, I'm pouring in my own self now. I got to be able to do that. I said, when I'm done doing what I got to do, hey, I'll get back with you if it's meant to. This is at that point where people like, wait for me. But you got to understand, you going through this thing where, it's like your awakening is like you open up the blinds first thing in the morning and you just, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. You're going through different stuff like that. And then you got these groggy people that don't want to change, don't want to heal. They're comfortable being in that low vibrational stuff, and they just used to being that way, and they want to start closing blinds. So I want you to wait on me. Time waits for nobody. Because if it's meant to, you keep praying, I want this relationship to work. I want this partnership to work. I really want them to propose to me, or I really want her to stay in this marriage. Now, when you on that level, people got to be where you at. Don't be backing down energy. Don't match nobody energy. I used to be like that. No, hell no. Because if that's some energy that's going to cause me to come out of character, cause me to be in a place I no longer am, cause me to be a person I no longer am claiming to be, hey, it just ain't worth that. You got to meet me where I'm at or higher. If it's meant for you to be with that person's like, you go ahead and do you, and I'm doing me over here. If it's meant, we'll regroup and meet you. We'll meet at the crossroads. Because anybody who's there for you, and you probably going through this stuff, and I've had to tell myself like that. Anybody who truly loves you is not going to put you in position to lose you. People make excuses up when they don't want to change. People that really want you to stay in their life, they going to make them efforts like, hey, what this is going on, this is causing a problem between us, or what you doing is causing me to be like that, and I'm not trying to be like that, or what this is really putting me in a downward space. Like every time I'm around you, I don't feel energetic, I don't feel happy, this feels draining to me. I'm thinking about me. I don't like feeling this way. I want to go where I can blossom, I can grow, where I'm not tolerated but I'm celebrated. I'm being somewhere where people are matching that energy, or they're encouraging me to be, I'm liking this. Now, you really putting the effort into your life. You really are pushing things through. This is how you want to be around people that's going to take you to that next level. It's like everything that you were going through was making you are to who you are right now. You, where I'm at, where I'm telling you, or you're getting there. Or you're seeing that potential in you, or you're seeing those different things that are coming into place even when you can't put your finger on it. It's something really good, or something very creepy, or something very scary. When stuff is scary, that means you're doing something brave. You stand on that. You keep going. For you to be able, sometimes you got to take that hardest L, that hardest loss, that revelation, reset and setback. You had to be able to go through that. If you wanted to have this amazing win, this ultimate win, this massive, intense win that you deserve, because it's like you may want something and God going to exceed every aspect past that, just because he knew what you went through. He's seen your intentions. Even when you did not know the way it was, you stood on that. You went to him. You tried to do different things to upgrade yourself, to making yourself feel better. You try to shake yourself out of things. Sometimes you got to sit in your sulk. You got to be a little depressed sometimes, a little sad, but it's okay to do that. You need to allow yourself to feel that. I tell myself, okay, I feel hurt. Why do you feel hurt? Because you were betrayed, you were lied to, you were manipulated, you mad at yourself because you should have seen the signs before and it was standing right there. But it's like, don't do that. You are in resentment. You don't want to be in that vibration and resentment and regret. Never regret about having a kind heart. Never, regret on loving people the way you are. That's what you were sent here to do. It's normal, and it's so we become normalized to people being so disloyal. They ain't no. What is they ain't honest amongst thieves? Okay, you can't do that. You can't have honesty and be a thief at the same daggone time. You can't put a negative with a positive unless it's a damn battery. You just can't. And not on no type of vibration like that. But it'll be those different things you appreciate it, because it's just like, you may have been that person that didn't think highly of yourself, or you always look for people to show you you're loved instead of you loving yourself. You've been there for people that really wasn't there for you. You were constantly giving out stuff that wasn't really reciprocated to you. Be a lot of times where as long as you felt like you were wanted or you were being picked, that was okay for you. You were settling, or you were like, well, at least this, and now it's just like, nah, I'm not settling for nothing. I'm raising bars, I'm raising standards. I'm raising everything expensive on me. You free today? Nah, I'm expensive every day. It'd be one of those different things into your life. If it ain't making you raise higher or make you happy or bringing some kind of passion of spiritual, abundance. And abundance always ain't got to be with money, but it's spiritual, emotional, psychologically, all those different things into your life, where you at that point, like, I'm open for that epic win. I'm open for all those blessings of doors of opportunities that God feel like I deserve. You starting to see the things that the people encouraged into you. You starting to see the things that the enemy didn't want you to discover about yourself. You standing on it. You don't care who it makes it nervous, because anybody who's there for you, they're gonna be like, about damn time. I knew you were gonna make it. I was just wondering how long it was gonna take you. I said, now you starting to see you like I see you. Now you stand in on yourself and you represent yourself, because you are your greatest cheerleader. You are your greatest spokesperson. Your greatest billboard. Is all about how you choose to represent yourself, and it's at that choice. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. Y'all, much love to y'all. Happy 9/9. Keep clearing, keep appreciating, keep forgiving, keep letting go, and stay open to all the possibilities and the blessings that you truly deserve. And trust and believe whatever you think you're manifesting, and you putting it in everything you got. Trust me, it's going to exceed and succeed over anything you can possibly imagine. So much love to you. Namaste. God bless. I say shalom, peace. If you feel like donating to the channel and paying contribution towards it, it'll greatly be appreciated. All the information is in the description box below. If you want to email me, get in touch with me, it's in the description box below as well. I hope you have a blessed, safe week. Happy Monday morning, day, noon, afternoon, wherever you're out. God bless you. And be safe and responsible at every single thing you do. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, birds by frequencies. Just because you're doing it can take somebody a long way, and just because you're doing it from the kindness of your heart and being selfless instead of selfish, it can take you so much further. Much love, peace.